Hi, Misfits. This is Kevin.
And this is Kate.
Welcome to Horrorwood.
Bonus episode.
Bonus episode, y'all.
It is almost Thanksgiving, and we thought we'd give you guys a little extra something while you are traveling or prepping your menu, or if you're not in the United States and therefore it's not Thanksgiving week for you, we just hope you're having a great day. So Here's a bonus episode.
I hope you're having a lovely, normal day overseas.
So we have a really fun episode today.
We are talking about a movie.
Surprise.
Surprise. But we're talking about an independent film called Cuisine de l'Apocalypse.
Cuisine de l'Apocalypse is so fun. It is exactly what it sounds like. Food at the end of the world.
Food at the end of the world. You've got community. You've got Montana. You have robots. Zombies.
So Kevin's throwing a lot at you, and that's kind of what this movie is. There's everything in it. And there's a line in the beginning that says something about whatever you think whatever you think is going to happen at the end of the world, that's what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Something to the effect. That's not the actual line. But The film takes place in Montana. It's shot in Montana. It's an independent film, which we absolutely love. And it is about a chef played by Kevin Jack, who wants to create a cooking show during the apocalypse.
But it's the apocalypse.
And it's so fun. There are zombies. There are robots. There are humans against other humans. There are volcanoes. An asteroid, maybe?
I'm pretty sure that there's an asteroid. There was mention of an asteroid.
Maybe there's a meteor shower, too. There's a lot going on.
Listen, it's everything. Everything that could be an apocalypse is in this movie.
It's just like one of those fun movies that you can turn on and have a good time.
You'll have a blast with this one, guys.
And also, if you've ever worked in the entertainment industry, there are some really fun Easter eggs and fun lines in there that I think you'll appreciate. We are excited to bring on some of those filmmakers and a couple of cast members. So who do we have joining us today?
We've got the writer and director, Kyle Weingart. And then we have Zuzu Weingart, his wife, who plays Laura in the film.
And she's also a producer on the film.
She's also a producer as well. And then we have Kevin Jack, who plays Chef John, who's our main character protagonist.
So it's really fun. I'm so excited to have them on. I can't wait to hear them talk about the movie, talk about their process. I know that Kyle is inspired by a lot of like the 90s comedies and like the Steve Martin and the Mel Brooks. So I'm kind of excited to ask him a little bit more about that and like what films inspired this movie.
Yes.
And we'd love to know who made all that good food, because there's a lot 100%. Of really good food on screen, you guys.
I was super hungry watching this movie.
Let's talk a little bit about who else is in the cast, because we're not joined by everyone, but there are some big honorable mentions.
There are some wonderful people in this movie. We've got Nilo Butler, who plays Lando.
Oh my God, this kid.
Hysterical.
This is his first on-screen credit.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
He's so good. He plays the only movie star left on Earth.
Yep.
He's got some of the best lines in the film.
Also in the cast, we've got Kevin Sorbo.
Which is wild. And he's so fun to watch.
Absolutely.
And there is a little Easter egg with him in a line of his, which is really fun.
His son is even in this movie, too.
Yeah, Braden Sorbo, who has a pretty big role.
And then we have Natasha Leggero, who plays Sweet Melissa.
Yeah.
And I have been a fan of hers for a long time. She's amazing in this.
She's awesome.
She's so funny. There's Emilio Rivera. We've got Douglas Hurricane Hall.
He is phenomenal.
I loved him as Wallace.
You know who he kind of reminded me of?
Who?
You've seen Waiting for Guffman, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
He kind of reminds me of the narrator in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the narrator of the town. or the townsperson who's narrating the show, not the narrator of the town.
Right.
Can you imagine? And today, Sandra went to the store. He kind of has that vibe of just like this older, wise man.
Well, he plays like a preacher character in this film, and
He's
he really
so
pulls it
good.
off. There's a character, Andy, who his name is Miguet. I don't want to butcher his last name.
Go ahead and spell the last name. Let's give it a shot.
I would guess Matinane. Matanane.
Or Matinane.
He's really good in this movie.
What he does with his voice.
Oh, he has such a great voice.
One thing about this film is that everyone is so different and fully formed. Like everyone knows who they're playing, who that person is, and it comes through, which is a reason we wanted to do it this week because, you know, it's about food, obviously, but about a lot more too. It's about this town coming together, and we thought that was kind of a fun Thanksgiving tie-in.
So, without further ado, let's get into this interview.
Yeah, and just a heads up, you guys, we are recording this interview over Zoom because we're all in separate places, so the sound might be a bit of an adjustment. Hopefully, as we get into it, you guys won't even think about it, but we just wanted to give you a heads up on that. All right, let's bring in our guests.
Thank you guys so much. So we just did an intro telling the audience what the show is about, but we'd love it if you guys could introduce yourselves and just let our listeners know what role or roles, because some of you wear many hats, of what you did on the film. Zuzu, we'll start with you because you're the person on my screen right now.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Zuzu Weingart. I was a producer on the film Cuisine de l'Apocalypse, and I also played Laura.
I'm Kevin Jack. I was an actor on Cuisine de l'Apocalypse. I play Chef John.
I am Kyle Weingart. I wrote and directed it, and I make a 2-second cameo.
Excellent. I thought that was you in that cameo. Well, again, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm Kate. This is...
I'm Kevin.
And...
Oh, namesake. All right. Here we go.
There we go.
Love it.
Several Kevin's involved on this production, apparently.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. So our audience knows what the film is. They know where we are. I wanted to hear a little bit about, I guess specifically from you, Kyle, what your film inspirations were when you made this. I know a lot of it was like an ode to 90s comedies. Were there any specific ones that jump out?
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, I think in tone and like vibe of the whole movie, definitely a lot of like my favorite Mel Brooks movies, you know, just absolutely ridiculous and kind of leaning into that. Nothing is too silly to be in this movie. And then there was just a lot of like random films that, you know, I borrowed from. Of my favorite ones, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, randomly plays a big part in that film. And then, you know, there's some Mad Max in there. There's a little bit of Harry and the Hendersons. Yeah, just quite a few. Tremors even had like some inspiration into it.
It's a full spectrum.
It totally is. It was just like, hey, I want to make a movie that would be my favorite movie to watch. So, yeah.
And what was great for us to watch is that it's set not in LA, not in New York. It's set in Montana, which honestly is such a refreshing thing to see because you don't get a lot of settings that are not in a major city. And obviously there have been films shot in Montana, but it's just nice to see that on screen, and especially like all of that beautiful scenery. And I was hoping that you and Zuzu could maybe talk about your production company and like how that came to be and why Montana.
Sure. Yeah, I'll start talking about that. So we own 99 Productions here in Hamilton, Montana. And Kyle and I are both, well, Kyle's from Montana. I grew up here. But we lived in LA for quite a while, and we were kind of doing the thing that you do, working for everyone else and gaining a lot of experience, which was great. But we kind of reached the point that we were like, well, we really want to make our own film. And that's when we decided to make The Waiting Game, actually, our first film. And we were still living in LA, and like, let's just do it. Let's just make a film. Let's just do it. So yeah, we were looking for a location. We found a great one in California, and we went to get the permit for filming there, and it was like our whole budget to. So we're like, what else can we do here? And my mom owns a beautiful property in 9 Mile, Montana. So I was like, well, we could just go up there and film the movie. And so we went through that process and realized, oh, Montana is a great place to film. And it's beautiful. Our family is here. And there's actually a lot of really talented cast and crew that are here. So that's when we decided to move the family back to Montana, start 99 Productions officially. And that launched, what we're doing now.
Yeah, speaking of the talented cast and crew, both you, Zuzu, and you, Kevin, we were just saying that the performances in this are so well-rounded and well done. It feels like every actor knows exactly who their character is, and every character is fully formed and is different. And I felt like you guys played off of each other so well. Had you worked with these actors before? Like Kevin, had you and Zuzu worked together before?
This is how this all happened. Zuzu and I were working at the same steakhouse. So
Amazing.
We were waiting tables together. Yeah.
yeah.
I love
And
it.
right. And we got along great. And it was, I credit her 100% for all of this happening, at least for me, because she brought in Kyle one night and I served him, and he told me about this little thing he's got going on about the apocalypse, a chef. And would you like to read it? And went, absolutely, would totally love to do it. And so for me, at least, the character has kind of evolved over certain proof of concepts and then into the film. And Kyle and I have gone over so many different aspects of it. So it was easy. Once we got into the film, it was easy to play and have fun with it. But like Zuzu and I get along so great. And this cast is amazing. Nilo and I were the first two that did this. I think, was it 2000? I think we did our first proof of concept of this, of Cuisine de l'Apocalypse. So Nilo and I got along great. Maguette is amazing. The entire cast and crew during this whole experience was nothing but joyous. I mean, it was one of the great sets. Everyone was so happy, and it was so easy to help bring along these characters. And Kyle's got the whole game plan. He's got the game plan for everybody. And it was easy to kind of relay off of him. We all kind of knew what we were doing. And you see that. You're totally correct. You see it in how we banter off one another, because in between takes, all we did was just goof around and have a fun time, and got to know one another a lot better. Maguette and I didn't know him at all, and I consider him one of my best friends at this moment. And we grew that in about the 3.5 weeks that we were, at least that I was there filming, and it was easy. And it's just, these people are so nice. And yeah, Zuzu's correct. The cast, the crew that is up there in Montana, phenomenal. They were amazing, so professional, great time.
Yeah, it comes through on the screen, like the relationships you guys have, and everyone. First off, I was going to say everyone, you can tell they want to be there. That's always true with independent film, because we know how hard independent filmmaking can be. So if you're doing that, it's because you love it and you want to be there, and that really shines through. And there's just this sense of community among all of you, which is actually why this is our bonus Thanksgiving episode to our listeners, because
Awesome.
Number one, it's food centric. 2, it's about people coming together. And we thought this is the perfect film for that. You were talking about like in between takes, just kind of goofing off. Do any of you have any behind the scenes stories that you can share with us?
Oh my gosh. I mean, Neil always has something going on in his head. So half of what he says in this film, he just came up with. It's brilliant. His brain is amazing. And Maguette's doing all of his voices. So we were goofing around with different voices and things like that. Like in that last scene when I'm letting go of the Andes, we were kind of riffing off of what he wanted to do. And how much he wanted to do the crying and the whole bit. And he's so hilarious. I know that for me specifically, the scene when with Kiss Me Deadly, during that scene, I mean, it's late night, and I'm from LA. So when I first came up for the second proof of concept, it's Big Sky. So, it ran like 75 degrees, and everyone's like, no, 75 is different up here, and 50 degrees is different down here, up here at night. So it was a really cold night, and we would literally, and I felt terrible because at least I have the hat and I have the camouflage. Zuzu, of all people, her and Nilo, like Nilo's got a short sleeve shirt and shorts.
Little shorts.
She's got the t-shirt, and we're just like wrapping, we would go near a propane tank and just like feel the heat in between scenes, and just like, and then finally we would. So those moments were always sort of bonding and coming together. I remember that. But just about especially with Sweet Melissa, when we meet her, Nilo's just ripping off stuff. Like it was just, I couldn't, the sexy spider, I literally was behind when he said it, and I literally had to walk away. It was so funny, and I didn't want to laugh on camera, because it was such a great line.
Yeah.
He whispered that right into my ear. I had no idea that was coming. And so I was like, keep it together. It was so funny. And he never said the same thing twice. He would say every time, every little joke would be different. And so you never knew what was coming with Nilo. And it was always hilarious and the hardest to keep a straight face for sure.
I'll bet. Is he local to Montana?
That's where I met him. We worked in a restaurant together, matter of fact. Okay. We were both cooks. Then when we moved down to LA, he hit me up one day. He's like, dude, I live in LA now. I'm like, what? And we started getting together. But so he's in LA now, but he spends a lot of his time in Montana. He's super talented.
He's phenomenal. I'm surprised that this is his first screen credit, because when I looked him up, I was like, wait, he doesn't have a long list on IMDb. Some of his lines are spot on. This is definitely a film where if you've worked in the entertainment industry, there are things you're going to catch that maybe someone who isn't familiar with Hollywood, might pass over them. And when he talks about going into the casting and being asked to pop off his shirt, he's like, this is a voice acting gig. And then he just says, anyway, that's how I got my big break. I lost it. And Kevin, when you say, well, this is Hollywood we're talking about, the land of open arms, I laughed so hard. I was like, I love these people.
I'm so glad that you got that. Yeah. I think it goes over some people's head, and I'm just like, I die every time I hear it too. But yeah.
Loved it when I read it.
Speaking of some of the cast, we should talk about a few of the other people. You mentioned Sweet Melissa. So she's played by Natasha Leggero brilliantly. You've got Kevin Sorbo and his son, which is awesome. There's a lot of family affair in this film. How is it working with your own kids? Were they like, I don't want to do the line that way, or do I have to say it again?
They were pros. So so Minnie and Molly, the two filmmakers of John's cooking show, are played by mine and Zuzu's two daughters, Lily and Charlie. And they've been part of helping us make the proof of concepts and stuff like that. And the first one, Lily was the camera person, but Charlie's like, I don't want to do that. And then, so we didn't put her in it. And then she saw Lily doing it, and she's like, well, I want to do that. So we kind of made them a little crew, but they weren't supposed to film right away, but because we had wildfires in the area, we had to shuffle around a lot of scenes. And so they were like on day one, and they kind of set the tone for like the whole crew, because they came in and they were pros. I mean, they had done it before, and they just did such a good job. It was so much fun to direct those kiddos, and they did such a good job. So proud of them.
They were so great. They were so fun to watch. And then you also can sense, Zuzu, your relationship with them. I mean, it's natural, and it just comes through the screen, which is really lovely to see. I want to talk a little bit about some of the Montana crew. We absolutely love the music throughout the film. Yeah. And I saw that you have, it's a Montana band. Can you tell me a little bit about them?
Yeah, so there's one band that plays a big part, and then a gentleman on set. His name's Don Teschner. He wrote that song. It's like going to New Missoula. He wrote that song for the film. But the other ones was a gentleman I worked at in a feed store, very Montana, and we worked together for a long. He just showed up one day. I'm starting a band, and I'm like, I don't know you played music, and then it's one of my favorite bands of all time. And they're kind of local. They don't even really play anymore, but they got back together for Cuisine. So the band that you see in Lavaland is them. Yeah, their name's 3-Eared Dog. They started out as a 3-piece, but then they put in some horn and horn section. And I don't know, I just love their music so much. And when we first started doing Cuisine as a proof of concept, I could just hear that music when we were making it, and we just started using it. And they just kind of gave us access to their whole catalog, for a small fee. And they're just use it as much as you want, man. Yeah, they should be much bigger. They're so great. Yeah,
they're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah, and so their music just fits so well with the film, like the vibe of New Missoula, then the vibe of Lavaland, and then the song that Nilo sings on the guitar, that Lando sings. That's also one of their songs, and it just fits so perfectly with every, just through the journey. It fits so perfectly.
Yeah, and then just the sound design as a whole, like, you've got the video game aspect, and I immediately was like back to my Nintendo days. And that was so fun. Some of the effects in this, amazing. I was like, wait, this is an independent film? Like, how are they getting these effects? And then I read that you had like 350 visual effect shots.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's as much as the first Star Wars. And yeah, it was a lot. I mean, some of it were like effects that you don't really see, like set extensions and stuff like that, and then also cars going by that we can't see, things like that. But yeah, then there was obviously robots and volcanoes and nuclear bombs and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, and there's one, I mean, you don't have to divulge if you don't want to, but I'm curious as to how some of those worked. Like when Sweet Melissa is in the TV and the robot lifts the TV and puts it on top of his body, like, was that CGI? Was that motion capture? Like, what was going on there?
Yeah, so we had a mocap artist, Christian Ackerman, on set. He's one of the most talented people I know, and he just I explained what was going on, and he just there was a little bit of tweaking that our VFX artist had to do to, like, because he couldn't slam a TV on his head, so he did it in front. So there was a little adjustment to get it to fit. But yeah, it was just, I guess, planning and kind of a lot of the effects. That was one of the effects we knew what we wanted. Some of them were like, oh crap, this is going to have to be a VFX shot, and then we'll fix it in post. But that one was one we knew exactly what we were doing. Yeah, I was so happy with seeing that thing finally get all put together, because it was a lot of work and a lot of different aspects to make that work. A lot of different departments, working together, having to know exactly what's going on, and then explaining something like that is always fun. Like, okay, so you're a robot, and then you're walking around with this TV, and then and then you slam it on your head, and now you're a super megabot. And, some really dumb conversations making this movie.
I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for those. Well, before we wrap up, we have a little game we want to play with you guys.
Real quick before we get into the games here, I have a quick question. I love hearing you guys talk about, you've worked in restaurants and in the food service industry and kind of that whole community. And then again in the movie, seeing how food is sort of a catalyst that moves the story along. Like, one, what's your favorite thing to cook? And two, who made the food in the movie? Because it looks amazing.
I wish we had that.
It was, yeah. What? No, Kevin didn't make it.
Okay.
We brought in a chef, so it was all just as delicious as it looked. And when we would wrap the scene was done, we'd be like, all right, moving on, but nobody'd move on. They'd move on to the plates. So we'd all just kind of center in, and we cut everything up and make sure everybody got a bite. Yeah. my favorite thing to cook is breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Before I forget, because I just thought about this. So I'm a person who sits through the credits to the very end. And when I saw you list every single background actor, I was just like, I wanted to just applaud in my own room, because background actors, that can be such a thankless job. And that's what I was like, these are film people. They have been through it, because no one lists the background actors, and they're playing zombies, they're playing marauders, they're playing townspeople, like they're playing multiple roles, they're doing night shoots, and without them, like, you don't have a town, you don't have a film. And so kudos to you for listing them. I thought that was awesome.
Just one thing on that. There was one night when we were doing the haunted forest and Kevin was doing the spatula stuff. It was probably 4 a.m. and there was still Bede background there with us. And at one point, this gentleman, Robin, he's throughout the movie, he's so good, but he was walking with a cane, and to get out to the set, it was really, hard to get out there. And like, I don't know if this is actually how it happened. This is how I see it in my head now after the years, but I swear at one point he was just like, hold my cane. Like, I'm getting out there, and that's how dedicated they were. They just loved every aspect of it. So our background were amazing. So
that's awesome. Well, because Thanksgiving is upon us, in my family, we like to play a lot of games around the holidays. So we have a little Would You Rather game for you guys, if you're up for it.
Okay.
All right. So this is questions to everyone.
Gotcha.
Would you rather be a zombie, but every human you bite tastes like a dirty diaper, or be a robot, but all your programming is in a language you don't understand?
Robot.
Yeah, robot, boy. To eat diapers.
yeah.
I love you, Kate, but yeah. We're gonna go robot. I can adapt to a language, I would like to think, with my robot abilities. Maybe.
And there might be some benefits to not understanding what people are saying sometimes.
Correct.
Too. Yeah.
Correct.
I could see that. I feel like, not that I'm into diapers, but I feel like I need a purpose. And if I'm a robot and I don't know what to do, I'll feel like I have no purpose. So I might go zombie.
Okay. Ooh.
At least I have a job.
It's an interesting angle. Yeah, it's still robot, Kate. Still robot.
Got it. All right. Next up, you want to ask them this?
Yeah, let's do it. So, number 2, would you rather eat dry, crunchy granola bars for every meal for a month, or be forced to bathe in a tub filled with SpaghettiOs every night for a week? No showering.
No showering.
The SpaghettiO bath is your bath.
I am all SpaghettiO, Kevin. Oh,
okay.
The texture of the noodle, the sauce. I would be and a tomato sauce can grow on people. Like I think I can get through the week, Kevin. I really do.
Okay.
Granola bars, absolutely not. And I like granola bars personally. Kevin Jack does, but yeah, John, that was
Okay.
and Kyle made those so great. Like whoever was designing those granola bars, like they do look like little logs of you know what, and so it was not difficult to act out some of those scenes because they were a rough go.
Yeah. What about the other two? Granola bars or SpaghettiO bath?
I think I would really like to try a SpaghettiO bath. It sounds like fun, but for a full week, I'm gonna go with granola bars, I think.
Granola bars, that's the only thing you can eat for a month.
Oh, a month. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, I'm sticking with my choice, granola bars.
Okay.
If you hadn't said we couldn't shower or, you couldn't rinse it off, I would have went SpaghettiO bath, but I'm going to go to granola bar as well. Yeah.
All right. I think I'm SpaghettiO bath.
I'm figuring it out, Kate. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'm granola bars, but I would want to try the SpaghettiO bath.
I feel like as a kid, I secretly dreamed of swimming in a pool of SpaghettiOs, and I feel like I could get into it.
Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Bonus content.
All right, next question. Our next question. Would you rather be forced to live like a vampire and only come out of your house at night, or have zero internet access for the rest of your life. And when I say you're coming out at night, you're the only one. There's no stores open. There's no banks open. Which would you rather?
No internet.
All
Straight
right.
up.
For the rest of
I'm
your
with
life.
you.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of minuses there, but there's some benefits. There's definitely some benefits. But coming out at night, you need that vitamin D.
Truth. Kevin, what about you?
I'm nocturnal sometimes. Like I literally sometimes don't go to bed till early morning, so I can live with the. I've always wanted to be a vampire. Why not?
Hey.
You know, why not? You know, I mean, to go without internet for a while. Sign me up any day of the week. I would like it, but for life, yeah, it's a little. I would be intrigued to see what I can maybe get away with. Like, what could I do as I'm alone vampiring
A little
around town?
scandalous. I like it.
I know.
All right, this is the last question. It's the end of the world. This is it. It's all over. The volcanoes are erupting. The zombies are coming. But you can have one last bite of something before it's all over. What is your last bite?
Chocolate ice cream.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That would be her answer. I know. I
Maybe
can
with a little
testify
sprinkles.
that's 100%. Yeah.
Kyle, what about you?
It would probably be corned beef hash.
Strong choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin.
Wow, that's so interesting. You would say that.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we will. But I have to say, I was in Vegas the last couple of days, and we went to a steakhouse that is known for this bone-in ribeye, but they are known for, get this, an aged pork belly that they slice and make into bacon. I've never had. This is bacon. Like you literally, I want an appetizer bacon, and they hand you a slice. I mean, 3 slices of bacon.
That
Folks,
sounds delicious.
Unbelievable. And I believe I said at the time, this could be a party bite. Like I could have this and we're good. So ironically enough, bacon.
I love that.
I know.
Well, the end of the world is not upon us, but the end of this interview, unfortunately, is. So thank you guys so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. This was
Thank
so
you.
fun. Before we sign off, can you tell all of our listeners where they can watch Cuisine de l'Apocalypse?
Yeah, you can see it on Amazon Prime. You can rent it. You can buy it. I highly encourage that. You can also see it on YouTube TV, Google Play, and we just got on Tubi. So the highest quality version, like resolution-wise, is on Prime, but you can definitely check it out on Tubi for free with ads, of course. And yeah, drop us some reviews. Independent films live and die on those.
Yes, they do. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. This was so fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Appreciate it.
Bye. Appreciate
You
it.
too.
That was so fun.
I loved it. They were amazing.
They were awesome. And I just loved hearing them talk about like independent filmmaking and how they all had met each other. Like they all worked
They all
together.
worked in like restaurants and
Yeah,
stuff, which is
and
so
just, like-
cool to me because like the movie is so food centric.
Exactly.
And I love that backstory.
And you can tell, I mean, like kind of like we were talking about with the interview, is you can tell that those relationships shine through.
100%.
So yeah, it was super fun to talk to them. So like Kyle said at the end there, you can find them on Amazon Prime. That's probably like the best place to find them. But you can also find them on YouTube Video. You can find them on Google Play. They just went on to Tubi. But yeah, if you check it out, it's really fun. I
And
encourage you
also,
to watch it.
Like, to support them because it's an independent movie.
Absolutely.
Like, rent it, throw some money toward it.
Yeah, because they have poured their heart and soul into it, clearly.
A lot went into this movie.
And it's really fun.
Totally.
So yes, rent it. Give them a little, give them a couple bucks and leave them a review. And while you're at it, leave us a review.
Oh, shit, Kate, that was smooth.
Do you like the segues
Look at
there?
that. You're on fire.
Because like Kevin was saying, when you're an independent artist, reviews kind of mean everything and they can make or break you. So
They really do.
we would love to hear your comments, what you thought about the interview. We would love for you to go out and watch it. You can comment about this episode on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or Spotify at
Horrorwood Podcast.
You can shoot us an email at
horrorwoodpodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can subscribe on our Patreon at
patreon.com/horrorwoodpodcast.
Or on Apple subscriptions on Apple Podcasts. We have to figure out how to incorporate
I was going to say,
better.
what do I say? At Horrorwood?
I'm not really sure.
Horrorwood on Applewood Podcast. Applewood.
But I like that.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Hey.
Hey, now we're talking.
We're bringing it back. Bringing it back.